Soon as y'all come in the building. Run, run, Rudolph. We must meditate, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button and hit that hype button. Salute to Veronica, first in the building. Veronica, Aubrey, Voice in the building. Real eyes recognize real lies. Flo Wolf. It's going down, guys. Jay-Z and Beyonce is officially on the run. They are officially on the run, guys. This is crazy. We must blow out the freak off demonic candles that protect us, from these demons. $50 is nothing to play with, guys. I am Hollywood. I am bougie in the building. You know what I mean? Wandale is in the building. Yes, they are going, guys. So Beyonce and Jay-Z has allegedly left the building, guys. Now, I don't know how 100% true this is because 50 Cent is hilarious. You know that 50 Cent is the king of trolls, the king of trolls. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know, but I do believe so. Because if I was in hot water like Jay-Z and Jay-Z's hairstyle and Beyonce, I'd be trying to get the fuck going too. Pure survival. When you trying to divorce this man, but you still running with him because you know damn well, Beyonce, you was there. You was on that island. So even if you try to divorce Jay-Z, that's still not going to get you in the clear. So running with the man would probably be a better option. But 50 Cent is still going to drop this docu-series, guys. 50 Cent posted a picture of Jay-Z looking like the Predator today. Looking like the Predator without the mask. I didn't even think that Jay-Z looked like the Predator until I saw what 50 Cent did today. Pure about. But the documentary is still coming out, so they can run all they want, but Jay-Z is too late. 50 is on your ass. No Diddy.
And I have given all the proofs of who is involved with Diddy. I have presented the videotape of Diddy's parties as evidence. Now no one can save Diddy and the other celebs. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them were Diddy's handlers. After watching the rest of the documentary, you'll understand everything. I advise Beyonce.
Beyonce and Jay-Z were Diddy handlers, guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they got away from Diddy Glover. But it's no way you got away from Diddy, but you're not gonna be able to get away from 50 Cent. That's the thing. You ain't gonna be able to get away from 50 or Epstein.
And I have given all the proofs of who is involved with Diddy. I have presented the videotape of Diddy's parties as evidence. Now no one can save Diddy and the other celebs. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them were Diddy's handlers. After watching the rest of the documentary, you'll understand everything. I advise Beyonce to divorce Jay-Z as soon as possible because I'm ready to shoot a documentary about Jay-Z, and I guarantee it will outgrow Diddy's documentary. If Beyonce sends me a legal letter on behalf of Jay-Z, I remind her to stay quiet. This is a dispute between men, and she has no right to interfere. I have to
wow, so 50 Cent told you, Beyonce, that you got time. Beyonce said if 50 Cent said, if you try to sue me, Beyonce, You know what I mean? I advise you to divorce Jay-Z, but instead of divorcing Jay-Z, you run with him. And Solange been trying to stop you. So now 50 Cent is not going to show no mercy on you. He said, I advise Beyonce not to stay with him. And what does she do? She going to run with him.
And I have given all the proofs of who is involved with Diddy. I have presented the videotape of Diddy's parties as evidence. Now no one can save Diddy and the other celebs. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them were Diddy's handlers. After watching the rest of the documentary, you'll understand everything. I advise Beyonce to divorce Jay-Z as soon as possible because I'm ready to shoot a documentary about Jay-Z, and I guarantee it will outgross Diddy's documentary. If Beyonce sends me a legal letter on behalf of Jay-Z, I remind her to stay quiet. This is a dispute between men, and she has no right to interfere. I have to let everyone see the true face of Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Diddy have been longtime friends, and their business dealings never stopped. He frequently attends Diddy's parties, so why do people think he's innocent? Jay-Z and Diddy got involved in the same case in 2024.
And that's what 50 been trying to tell us for the longest, that Jay-Z is just as guilty as Diddy Glover. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that Jay-Z is guilty as Diddy. Put a 2 if y'all don't think so. Put a 3 if y'all think Jay-Z is probably worse than Diddy Glover. This documentary is going to be worse than Diddy's documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 Cent does not play, and he don't say stuff for no reason. Clearly, he stick to his word.
Diddy have been longtime friends, and their business dealings never stopped. He frequently attends Diddy's parties, so why do people think he's innocent? Jay-Z and Diddy got involved in the same case in 2024, where a victim claimed she was assaulted by both Jay-Z and Diddy. I remember Jay-Z saying these were all rumors and that he was defending Diddy. But ironically, Diddy got arrested in 2025. And there's enough evidence to count his crimes on one hand. I've known him for 20 years, and I know how many bad things they've done behind the scenes. After Jay-Z founded his company, he repeatedly got into copyright disputes. In 1999, he was convicted of third-degree assault and served time in prison. He was unfaithful to Beyonce, and he was caught by Beyonce's sister.
Wow, damn, 50 Cent is saying everything. That you was unfaithful to Beyonce, you got caught by Beyonce's sister, and she beat you up, pure survival, and she fought you one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? 50 is saying all of this. That's how I know it's crazy, because he got Solange that's going to be on the documentary, everything, yo. This is going to be wild.
And there's enough evidence to count his crimes on one hand. I've known him for 20 years, and I know how many bad things they've done behind the scenes. After Jay-Z founded his company, he repeatedly got into copyright disputes. In 1999, he was convicted of third-degree assault and served time in prison. He was unfaithful to Beyonce, and he was caught by Beyonce's sister. I think everyone has seen the footage of him getting beaten up in the elevator. I've already gathered the evidence.
You heard that? 50 Cent said we already seen the evidence of Jay-Z getting beaten up by Solange. Pure survival. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that Solange beat that fight. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think it was a tie. I don't think it was a tie. I think Solange took it to his ass. Smash that like button.
How many bad things they've done behind the scenes. After Jay-Z founded his company, he repeatedly got into copyright disputes. In 1999, he was convicted of third-degree assault and served time in prison. He was unfaithful to Beyonce, and he was caught by Beyonce's sister. I think everyone has seen the footage of him getting beaten up in the elevator. I've already gathered the evidence, and I'm going to give Jay-Z a surprise. The new lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like to us, that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand.
And you seen that right there, Jay-Z. This is when you and Beyonce should have went on a run. Pure survival. When you allegedly took a deal to take Diddy down, because I feel like Jay-Z threw Diddy Glover under the bus. If y'all remember, when they was on a jail call, everybody tried to say that the jail calls was AI'd. And I'm like, well, whoever is running this AI, why are they sound just like Jay-Z, and they were on point 100% of what was happening between Diddy and Jay-Z. So I feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce threw Diddy under the bus, let him be the one to take all of the shit. But now they want Jay-Z now. The feds, all of this shit. So they're not playing. They're not playing. Like, he's next to go down.
Yeah, I go, oh shoot, like to us, that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. Billionaire bro.
Oh, I hate you, man.
I'm unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you just this year.
For a long time, the most powerful stories in hip-hop weren't controlled by contracts or headlines. They were controlled by timing, by when something was said, by when it wasn't, and by how quickly attention was allowed to move on.
And Jay-Z, it is too late, sir. You claimed that this man wasn't your friend. You was friends with all of them. Clive Davis, everything that Diddy did, I feel like Jay-Z is accountable for all the same thing. Shout out to Sarah. It's my boy Jamil in the building. Pure Survival. Thank you, Sarah. Come through hitting that super chat right away, Sarah. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is crazy, guys. And then I'm telling you, Jay-Z, when you look at the footage of Epstein chasing them girls around the kitchen, did y'all see that? And 50 Cent is going to put all of that in the documentary. Look how sick this man was chasing little girls around in the kitchen, standing on the tables and shit. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at this. Can y'all hear these little girls' voice? Put a one in the chat if these girls sound like they goddamn belong at Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? This predator is chasing these girls around the kitchen. None of them sound like they're an adults. So if you are connected to this man Epstein, pure survival, you are going down, guys. Why you think that they unalived this man and said that he took his own life? No, he had too much dirt, just like Diddy, but not as much. This man was the ultimate head freak off vampire. Listen to how them little girls sound. Those not no grown women. Look at that. Look at him. Look at that man. Oh my God. What the hell? Like he in a playground with these little ass girls, chasing them around the kitchen, smiling, standing on a table. Like, that's the sickest shit ever I've seen. This man is on the kitchen counter chasing these little girls around like he's in a playground. Why would you want to go to a man's island like this, Jay-Z? Why would you, Beyonce, want to go to this man's island? All of these people, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, Trump, Oprah, motherfucking, it's too many of them. You see Bill Gates, he done went over there and got a chlamydia sandwich, and you can't, anytime your ex-wife come out and expose you, Bill Gates, pure survival, you supposed to be the richest man in the world, and you was just as perverted as Epstein. It's not just Jay-Z and Beyonce, they all about to start running. They all about to start running. Listen how Bill Gates' wife talked. She did not deny that that man was a sicko.
I have to acknowledge the elephant in the room at this moment. Your ex-husband, Bill, is named in the newest tranche of Epstein files. And there are new alleged details about his past behavior. And I want to give you the opportunity to respond in whatever way you want to.
Well, let me say this. I think we're having a reckoning as a society, right? No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him.
Wow, smash that like button, guys, if y'all agree with Bill Gates' wife. No young girls or young boys shouldn't have not had to deal with this sick horror, the trauma, the disgust with these rich billionaire people. They could have got adults. And if this wasn't true, Bill Gates' wife, even if they weren't together no more, would stand up and say, no, Bill never been nothing like that. No, this is Bill Gates' wife came out and said this yesterday. She didn't deny it at all.
As a society, right? No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him. No girl. I mean, it's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? So for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage. But
brings back memories of some painful things in my marriage. Smash that like button, everybody, for Bill Gates' wife. You gotta give it to her. She's being flat out honest. She's saying, I remember when I was that little girl. I remember Bill Gates being disgusting and perverted with me. I remember when the man gave me the crabs. I remember when the man gave me chlamydia, pure survival, and my kitty cat was on fire. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, guys. The wives know what these men been into.
It's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? So for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage. But I have moved on from that. I purposely pushed it away and I moved on. I'm in a really unexpected, beautiful place in my life. So whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it, those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Well,
and I am so happy to be away from all the muck.
Wow. She said, I'm so happy to be away all the muck. Like, that's how you know that man was so sick. All that money that Bill Gates got, and his wife is saying, I'm happy to be away from them sick motherfucking demons. All of them. That's crazy.
And my ex-husband, they need to answer to those things, not me.
Well,
and I am so happy to be away from all the muck that was there.
I have to put more words to the muck for context for our listeners. The emails and the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad.
Wow.
Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right?
That's crazy. Unbelievable sadness. Bill Gates' wife. Shout out to Sarah. Hit that super chat again. Pure survival. Looking like an innocent nerd. Whole time was a freak off vampire. Absolutely, Sarah. The man looked like a whole little motherfucking geek. The revenge of the nerds. And you going around and doing this to your wife behind her back, giving her, you know what I'm saying, diseases, and sneaking and giving her medication for it. Like, this is just crazy. And she ain't run from it either.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for You know, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad.
Wow. So she like, I had to get up out of there. Shout out to my baby coming in the building. Pure survival. I had to get away from that. She's saying, yeah, he burnt me, but I'm more happy for the young girls. And Bill Gates came out yesterday trying to say, oh, I never did that. I didn't. But you apologize. Bill Gates apologized for hanging with Epstein, for being around him, knowing what was going on, but try to say he didn't know what was going on. What did you say sorry for, sir?
Every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that. It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior. He knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. In retrospect, that was a dead end. Every minute I spent with him, I regret, and
Every minute you spent with Epstein, you regret. Pure survival. Only reason why you regretted Bill Gates is because you got caught. It's because you turned your wife kitty cat to a hot pocket. Pure survival. Smash that like button, everybody in the building. The man wants to live in regret. Just like Jay-Z and Beyonce and everybody who hung around the man lives in regret, sir. And then you trying to say you wasn't on the island, but you regret it though.
apologize that I did that. It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
And the only thing I give Bill Gates credit for is for actually coming out, and speaking. You got to understand how brainwashed people was. You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy and all of them had people so brainwashed. Like this one dude. Shout out to this dude, man, that was in Vlad TV. He was saying that he wanted to have sex with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to him.
Your friends in the industry, you mentioned Will Smith this time, maybe you mentioned John Travolta, Jamie Foxx before. We have a clip up that went up, I think, last week. This dude, Aaron Hall, and he was talking about how, who was it, Denzel, I think he said Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy, whatever, Puff Daddy. He used to have dudes like in his crib watching him have sex with chicks because he liked to display his manhood and how he gets.
Put a one in the chat if y'all remember when Aaron Hall said that all of these celebrities like to look at his wiener. They like to watch him have sex with other females. They used to love to look at his wiener. Aaron Hall said that, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But this man, I feel like he's a victim because he's fresh in the game and he's hearing about this. You know what I mean? And I think that they abducted his tasty cakes. Listen to him.
Busy. And he mentioned a couple of celebrity names.
So you mean to tell me at the top of the industry, niggas be like, yo, hey, yo, Buster, you know what I'm saying? It's Diddy. Yeah, take that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to fuck this bitch, my nigga. You wanna come watch? Yeah, I'm gonna show you how it's done, my nigga. Call up the homies and come through.
And you notice he said Busta Rhymes. He said Busta Rhymes. And Orlando Brown said Busta Rhymes too.
All right, everybody get there. Crowd around, quiet down, you know what I'm saying? All right, baby, put your pants down. And quiet down. And you fuck the girl, right? It's a girl, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a girl.
Fuck a girl in front of your fans to show them, like, yeah. So you hit and you're like, yeah, Buster, yeah, you know you can't stroke it like that. Yeah, long stroke.
Is that a activity that you would consider
participating in?
crossing, or would you consider participating? Yeah, I mean, let's would you
Like,
ever?
would I fuck Diddy? Yeah. Yeah, I fuck it.
Did you hear this? This man said that he would F Diddy. He would blow Diddy's back out. And this is crazy. And like I said, prayers for this man, because this is how they make you feel when you coming in the industry. You know what I mean? So he probably felt like, damn, if they all happen to have sex in the room, you got some people that'll do it and some people that won't. This man said he would fuck Diddy.
Yeah, I mean, let's would you
Like,
ever?
would I fuck Diddy? Yeah. Yeah, I fuck Diddy. I'm not gonna front. I'd fuck the shit out of Diddy.
Wow.
Like, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Like, you know, Diddy's attractive. You know what I'm saying? Get him off with like a bottle of Ciroc, like, you know, a shot of Ciroc. You know what I'm saying? He got plenty of Ciroc. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get him fucked up. You know, I'll fuck. Like.
Wow. He said, why not? Diddy's attractive. I'll have sex with him. This is crazy, man. But this is the industry we're in.
I'm not gonna front. I'd fuck the shit out of Diddy. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Like, you know, Diddy's attractive. You know what I'm saying? Get him off with like a bottle of Ciroc, like, you know, a shot of Ciroc. You know what I'm saying? He got plenty of Ciroc. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get him fucked up. You know, I'll fuck. Like.
Wow.
I actually got a website that I'm about to start a movement. It's called I Wanna Fuck P Diddy Movement. That's you know, my agenda for the rest of the semester.
Are you gonna start a Kickstarter for that?
I'm gonna start a Kickstarter. You know, I'm gonna set it to like a meal ticket, and like, you know what I'm saying, if I can reach a meal ticket, like I'm gonna drop me and P Diddy's sex tape.
Wow. He said, I'm going to drop me and P. Diddy's sex tape. So he's saying that he has a sex tape with Diddy already. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Prayers for him.
I'm gonna start a Kickstarter, you know, I'm gonna set it to like a meal ticket, and like, you know what I'm saying, if I can reach a meal ticket, like I'm gonna drop me and P. Diddy's sex tape. That's something I would love to do, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, Diddy is like a very attractive person, you know what I'm saying? I've always been infatuated with how he dances, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was something about like the arms and shit. Like, I used to just be like, yo, that's just sexy, yo. Like,
wow. This is crazy. Smash that like button. The man said that when Diddy be moving his arms is so goddamn sexy. You know what I mean? And he was turned on by the freak off vampires. That's probably why that stuff is all on his face. Look at the demonic things that's on his face. This is coated. You know what I mean? But this boy was probably a victim. They probably got him when he was like 14, 15 years old. Pills of Bible. This is crazy. This is crazy.
and P. Diddy's sex tape. That's something I would love to do, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, Diddy is like a very attractive person, you know what I'm saying? I've always been infatuated with how he dances, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was something about like the arms and shit. Like, I used to just be like, yo, that's just sexy, yo. Like no, like pause, like no homo, like let's really be honest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy thick, yo. Like, you ever seen a nigga like, you know, like...
Wow, he said Diddy is thick. Diddy is thick. Have you ever seen him? Wow.
Really be honest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy thick, yo. Like, you ever seen a nigga like, you know, like, you ever seen a nigga like in some like tight shit? Like, that nigga thick, yo. And I was like, yo, that nigga like got a nice shape, like... But yeah, you know, that's pretty much what I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to hit Diddy before 2016 is up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh damn, he was talking. This was all the way back then that he was talking about smashing Diddy. That's crazy, guys. So this shit ain't nothing new. He said, I'm going to smash Diddy before 2016. This is not new, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, man. But like I said, 50 Cent is not playing. Beyonce, y'all can run. You know what I'm saying? But you can't hide. You just can't hide. Just like you can't hide that stinky breath. Let's talk about the breath again.
I said that shit years ago about how bad Beyonce breath was. But now when I say it goes viral. Shout out to Big Shorty, my man used to bodyguard her. I said that shit years ago about how bad Beyonce breath was. But now when I say it goes viral.
For years, if you can't hide how stinky your breath is, then you definitely ain't gonna be able to hide from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just like I said, the phone call that Diddy and Jay-Z had, and remember they tried to say that that call wasn't real. Diddy was threatening to get Jay-Z locked up with him at that time. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z slid out of this shit. But now 50 Cent is gonna make sure that you know what I'm saying? I remember this jail call with Diddy and Jay-Z. I believe this really was Jay-Z on the phone with Diddy. Y'all not gonna tell me it wasn't.
Are you surprised to hear from me? No. What's going on? You think I wasn't gonna get at you from the inside? I think you know me a little better than that. You can't be talking right now.
Not exactly sure who he's called, but the DA said he was using other inmates' phone codes and calling people who were not on his list of allowed contacts. So he's clearly not caring what the rules of the prison are at this point. He wanted to talk to this person regardless.
Nah. With all due respect, my brother, how is your wife doing? I heard she's spending a lot of time on the farm and she loves talking to a pig.
Wow. And that's when Diddy said, how was your wife doing? How is Beyonce doing? I heard she's been spending a lot of time on the phone with the pigs. We already know that Jay-Z and Beyonce and them pretty much set Diddy up. Diddy was threatening him in this call right here. I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy was contacted about these Epstein shits. He might do anything to get out of jail right now. Pure survival. They said Diddy's supposed to be getting out this summer, from what I heard. How would this man be getting out this summer unless he made some major snitch moves? You know what I mean? Smash that like button, guys. Diddy is on this phone threatening Jay-Z right now.
Respect, my brother. How is your wife doing? I heard she's spending a lot of time on the farm and she loves talking to a pig. I told you when I went on this little road trip, I wasn't going to invite you, but I could change my mind. You understand?
Now, Diddy's talking in code right here, but he mentions the word pigs, which we all know is code word for cops. And in court documents, they stated this. While at the MDC, the defendant has instructed family members and third parties to contact multiple potential victims and witnesses. The defendant has provided these instructions to others by using unauthorized means of communication, which...
And y'all remember when Diddy was getting in trouble because he was using other people's phone calls to sneak and get on the phone with people that he wasn't supposed to be talking to. And allegedly, Jay-Z was one of them. I believe it.
As described above, are difficult to monitor and often using coded language. Diddy also states taking a road trip, which I'm thinking is him being arrested and that he could invite this guy on the trip. So saying like, I could snitch on you and bring you if I want to.
Everything all good. We just can't talk right now. Now, how about I just talk and you listen?
Wow, see, Jay-Z said everything is all good now, but we just can't talk right now. And Diddy said, no, I'll talk, you listen. I'm telling you, Diddy was going to tell on Jay-Z before. Now, what do y'all think Diddy feeling right now, knowing that Jay-Z is under hot water? Don't you think he happy as hell right now at Forks Dingaling, Diddy bopping on somebody's wiener? Diddy, look, I would be happy too if I know that this dude was my friend and he act like me and him wasn't friends. He had neglected me. He completely abandoned me. He didn't use none of his motherfucking connects to get me out of trouble. Pure survival. You know what I mean? Diddy is celebrating right now that Jay-Z is the fuck going through this. Smash that like button, everybody in the building.
Want to.
Listen, everything all good. We just can't talk right now. Now, how about I just talk and you listen? You told me the storm would just come and go if I lay down and stay quiet. But the weather seemed to be getting worse. You know, I could be catching a cold, so I need to make sure you send me some vitamin E and my special K cereal.
So the code talk.
See, and I don't know what that is. I was confused when I heard this before. Diddy told Jay-Z to send me my special K cereal and vitamin E, some shit like that. Put in the chat what the hell was Diddy asking Jay-Z. What is vitamin E and like I don't even know what that is. But clearly, Jay-Z didn't give Diddy all the things that he wanted him to do when he needed his help. He wanted his Special K freak off cereal or whatever that shit is.
Listen, you told me the storm would just come and go if I lay down and stay quiet. But the weather seemed to be getting worse. You know, I could be catching a cold, so I need to make sure you send me some vitamin E and my Special K cereal.
So the code talk continues, and he's talking about weathering the storm, and if he laid quiet, it would all just go away. I'm assuming he's talking about the trial. If he doesn't snitch on anyone above him, then they'll make the trial go away if he stays quiet. Even Diddy's lawyers are frustrated with him because he keeps breaking the rules behind their back and making things difficult for them trying to get him bail. Not to mention the fact that the judge even...
And this is why I know that this shit is true. Because Diddy was doing things that his lawyers didn't want him to do. He's sneaking, calling Jay-Z, calling motherfuckers from Danny the King, Pure Survival. He was doing all of this stuff when he was in the MDC, before he got the Forks Dingalings. Before he got the Forks Dingalings. And his lawyers told him not to do that. Now, why in 50 Cent documentary, they showed that Diddy went and backdoored his own lawyers. He was recording his own lawyers, Pure Survival, backdooring them. And you know he loved to run from the back. He loved to come through somebody's back door. He backdoored his own lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So that let me know right there. That's a fact. Smash that like button.
They'll make the trial go away if he stays quiet. Even Diddy's lawyers are frustrated with him because he keeps breaking the rules behind their back and making things difficult for them trying to get him bail. Not to mention the fact that the judge even mentioned that the lawyers are lying for Diddy and making them contact people that are not on his approved list.
The defendant also frequently instructs individuals who he contacts by telephone, including family members and his attorneys, to add other individuals via three-way call. So you trying to say his attorneys is calling three-way too?
Not exactly sure what he means by vitamin E or Special K cereal, but if you guys know or decode it, leave it in the comments.
Relax. Some things fell through, but everything will be back up soon. Just keep calling your family. You'll be with them soon. Oh, I'm doing the same thing for Thanksgiving. Make sure you send it straight to the Shade Room and TMZ. Make me look like a good father, and all I need is one juror to be on my side. In this case,
wow, see, and Diddy was telling Jay-Z to make me look like a good father, make me look like a good parent, you know what I'm saying, so I can beat the case. Make me look like I can do no wrong. And what did Jay-Z do? He sat there and didn't do nothing that Diddy ordered him to do. I would not be surprised if Diddy Glover is not a part of behind this shit with Epstein, how Jay-Z got in it. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? That man said, make me look like a good Samaritan because all I need, Jay-Z, is one juror, then I'm going to be able to beat the case. And it didn't happen. And Jay-Z never spoke out, never stood up for him one time. Why would Diddy care that 50 Cent's putting out this surviving Jay-Z's hairstyle documentary when you didn't care when he put one out on me? You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button.
your family, you'll be with them soon. Oh, I'm doing the same thing for Thanksgiving. Make sure you send it straight to the Shade Room and TMZ. Make me look like a good father, and all I need is one juror to be on my side. In this case, it's over.
Now, I did see the DA mention that Diddy made a post on his IG that tried to make him look real good. His entire team actually advised him against doing this. But again, Diddy went against his lawyers and frustrated them by doing it anyway.
And he allegedly ignored his lawyers when they told him not to do the social media campaign around his...
And look at that toothpick. Look at that toothpick. Imagine all the people in the freak-off dungeon. That toothpick, I know that shit probably stink just as bad as Beyonce's breath. Imagine with that. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that toothpick smell like ding-a-ling and dried up sperm cells. If that toothpick smell like ding-a-ling and dried up sperm cells. You know what I mean? Look, that toothpick is trying to get out of Diddy Glover's mouth. That motherfucker's like, let me out of this mouth. Shout out to Sean G, just hit that super chat, Pure the Bible. She said vitamin E and Special K cereal, AKA drugs, Oh, that was a drug he was trying to get. Thank you for hitting that super chat. So he was trying to get a drug, and Jay-Z wouldn't help him get them drugs. Okay, because he was schizzing at the time. Diddy was needed them drugs. Wow, smash that like button, everybody.
But again, Diddy went against his lawyers and frustrated them by doing it anyway.
And he allegedly ignored his lawyers when they told him not to do the social media campaign around his birthday, but he wanted to do it anyway.
Sing happy birthday, Daddy.
I love y'all so much.
We love you too.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, the video is kind of cute with the kids, but I don't see how that would make a juror think, oh yeah, he's not guilty because his kids are cute. Like, it just doesn't really make sense. On the other hand, if he's trying to make efforts to reach out to other online publications to post this stuff to make him look good.
Wow, yup. And I ain't gonna front, that was cute when Diddy had his kids talking about happy birthday to Dottie. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't gonna make him look like, nigga, you ain't guilty. Because what about the people that the trauma that you took these people through? What about their kids during survival? But that's what Diddy was thinking. And he swore up and down that the people that were supposed to have been his friends over there at Epstein Island would have stuck up for him. And Jay-Z, you should have said something. Now everybody is on your neck. And motherfucking 50 Cent is not letting up. He called you a predator. Predator without the mask. That's crazy. Like, without the mask.
It just doesn't look good if you're doing this from the inside.
So make sure that Amazon delivery is back on schedule. Then there won't be no need for us to talk. Just chill out, Pop. I told you I'm gonna get it done. You know, I've been thinking about watching a movie lately. It's called Eyes Wide Shut. Have you seen it? It's got a real famous celebrity in there, don't it? Yeah, Tom Cruise. What's your point? Is that who it is? Man, I thought it was a different celebrity. I guess it might have been a different movie. You know, I got a lot of movies on my mind sometimes, and I get the actors confused.
Wow. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen Eyes Wide Shut. I've never seen it yet, but Diddy was telling Jay-Z, have you ever seen Eyes Wide Shut? You know, but I heard that it was like a threat. It's supposed to be like some cult demonic shit that they do in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And for him to bring up Eyes Wide Shut to Jay-Z at this time is crazy. It's crazy, but I've never seen it yet. Everybody double tap that screen, smash that like button, anybody and everybody that's in the building. This is crazy.
Celebrity. I guess it might have been a different movie. You know, I got a lot of movies on my mind sometimes, and I get the actors confused. Some of these actors are so good, they act like they don't even know they're being recorded. Your wife did a few movies, didn't she?
Wow, he said your wife did a couple movies, didn't she? So that was Diddy threatening Beyonce right there. Like, she did a few freak off tapes, allegedly, according to Diddy. Yo, that's crazy. So, man, Jay-Z is over.
It's got a real famous celebrity in there, don't it? Yeah, Tom Cruise. What's your point? Is that who it is? Man, I thought it was a different celebrity. I guess it might have been a different movie. You know, I got a lot of movies on my mind sometimes, and I get the actors confused. Some of these actors are so good, they act like they don't even know they're being recorded. Your wife did a few movies, didn't she?
He mentions the movie Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, which that movie's about going into private elite parties where everybody's wearing masks and hooking up with each other. They're doing rituals on people, and it's actually really close to what people are saying happens at Diddy's freak off parties. We don't believe.
And this is what Nicki Minaj said that Jay-Z was doing. Rituals, allegedly rituals on young kids. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Peppermint. Just sent me some gifts during survival. Salute to Peppermint. I just got some damn gifts. And you know what? I appreciate that, Peppermint. Like, my birthday, literally, guys, is in like like 2 weeks. So thank you for the birthday gifts. You know, I take that as a birthday gift.
Your wife did a few movies, didn't she?
He mentions the movie Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, which that movie's about going into private elite parties where everybody's wearing masks and hooking up with each other. They're doing rituals on people, and it's actually really close to what people are saying happens at Diddy's freak-off parties. We know police have recovered plenty of freak-off videotapes and even interviewed people that they saw on the tapes to find out all the details of what happens. And we don't know which celebrities they've interviewed specifically, but we do know there's plenty of celebrity-filled tapes that are being sold behind closed doors right now because lawyers came out on national TV talking about it. We've seen people talk about seeing the tape with him and J-Lo, Justin Bieber, and who knows who else is on there that he could be referencing.
And y'all remember the trauma and like I'm so happy for Justin Bieber, guys, because he's been handling the abuse well with himself. You know what I mean? I feel like he started to slow down a little bit on the drugs and stuff. I think he did good at the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? My birthday is February the 27th. But shout out to everybody in the building. If I can't see y'all comments, just know that I got nothing but love for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it going because when I don't keep talking, YouTube start pulling people out during survival. So, you know, but February the 27th is my birthday. Smash that like button.
That are being sold behind closed doors right now because lawyers came out on national TV talking about it. We've seen people talk about seeing the tape with him and J-Lo, Justin Bieber, and who knows who else is on there that he could be referencing.
Your wife did a few movies, didn't she? That was a long time ago, Pop. What the fuck are you trying to say? Oh, nothing. Just talking to an old friend.
Wow. Diddy said your wife did a couple movies, didn't she? Jay-Z said on here that was a long time ago, Puff. Why are you bringing that up for? So that was already a threat right there. That was a whole threat right there.
TV talking about it. We've seen people talk about seeing the tape with him and J-Lo, Justin Bieber, and who knows who else is on there that he could be referencing.
Your wife did a few movies, didn't she? That was a long time ago, Pop. What the fuck are you trying to say? Oh, nothing. Just talking to an old friend. You know, I haven't talked to friends in a long time. It seems like they forgot about me. Let's make sure they keep it that way.
Here, I think it's pretty clear Diddy's referencing how none of his friends that he was close to have even spoken up about him, which is kind of crazy. Even when asked about it in person, those like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, people who've been to all his parties have all stayed quiet.
Hey, Kev, when you hosted for Diddy, did he catch any baby oil?
You'll see, I hosted at Diddy's.
Yeah.
See that? Even all of them celebrities done been to Epstein Island. Pure survival. You know what I mean? Kevin Hart, him and that little them Chucky doll sneakers. He's like, did you catch any baby oil when you hosted at Diddy's party? He told me, I never hosted at Diddy's party. But there's a damn video which you hosted a Diddy Glover's freak-off party where that woman, when that girl was in the freak-off hot tub and her hair caught fire. You know what I mean? Everybody was sitting there lying, acting like they wasn't with Diddy. But now when this shit with Epstein, it's going to be hard to hide from it. You know what I mean? Sean G just hit that super chat again. Pure survival. She said Tom Cruise and Nicole were married when they filmed that movie. He was threatening to release the tape with B. Wow. Damn, shout out to Sean G. Just broke that down. I didn't even know that. You just told me something new. Smash that like button, everybody. And look how these people lying like they didn't hang with Diddy. Like they wasn't hanging with Diddy. Oh, it's too late, guys. You might have ducked Diddy, but you got to duck these Epstein files.
Like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, people who've been to all his parties have all stayed quiet.
Hey, Kev, when you hosted for Diddy, did he catch any baby oil?
You'll see, I hosted at Diddy's.
Yeah.
You asking the wrong person the wrong question. Rihanna, did you attend any of P. Diddy's parties? Were you involved in any of the freak-offs?
Yeah,
Comments about P. Diddy and the allegations?
You all need to speak out against this Diddy thing. What's your take now? John, you made a statement about Diddy. Jason, hey, my man, do you have any reaction to the Diddy scandal? Any reaction? No reaction? So, if you can go,
and that's crazy. Even poor Jackie motherfucking Chan was at the freak-off dungeon. Bible, kicking baby oil on cheeks. Kicking baby oil barefooted. kicking Diddy in the tasty cakes with a whole bunch of baby oil on his motherfucking feet. Pure the Bible. Poor Jackie Chan. And this is why Jackie got up and left the country during survival. And Jackie Chan is still one of my favorite motherfucking action karate heroes. You know what I'm saying? It was a rumble in the freak off Bronx. But even Jackie Chan didn't even want to fucking talk about it. This shit is crazy, guys. Smash that like button, man. Like, we love you, Jackie, no matter motherfucker what. I think Diddy put something in Jackie Chan drink. He ain't want to kick it with Diddy.
You made a statement about Diddy. What? Jason, hey, my man, do you have any reaction to the Diddy scandal? Any reaction? No reaction? So everything going? Everything good. Is how are you going to survive this Diddy thing? Like, will you respond? She wants to respond. Look at it. I want to ask about the Diddy scandal. Have you ever heard of anything such? No. Go. No? Is the Baldwin family at all concerned about Justin Bieber with this Pete?
See, and that's Justin Bieber's wife's father. And y'all know he was a movie star, you know, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much was asking him, did Diddy smash your son-in-law, Pure Survival? He was even trying to be quiet about that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that his son-in-law had got his back blown out by Diddy Glover. And it wasn't Justin Bieber's fault. Like I said, you see how Justin is handling things. Even Justin, when Justin came out on the Grammys just a couple days ago, he even got buck-ass naked with a guitar on stage. Did y'all see him in his drawers on stage? I feel like that was him releasing Diddy's out of his system. And he had his wife right in the fucking front row. Justin Bieber came out naked on the Grammy Awards. Y'all didn't even peep that. I felt like he was getting Diddy out of his system. Smash that like button, guys.
I want to ask about the Diddy scandal. Have you ever heard of anything such? No. Go. No? Is the Baldwin family at all concerned about Justin Bieber with this P. Diddy thing?
Now, one could say that he has them on tapes and that's why they're all quiet. Because how hard would it be to say, I have nothing to do with this Diddy case. I didn't go any parties or do anything wrong. He'll have his day in court to prove his innocence. I'm not involved in any way. I don't think that's that difficult, especially with how media trained all these celebrities are.
Let's make sure they keep it that way. Man, what's the point of this? I told you everything straight. Good. And make sure you keep the worm food away from my house while I'm gone. It gets messy. Too many insects start digging around.
Wow, see, this man said to Jay-Z, keep the worm food away from my house because it gets messy. If y'all know what that means, please put it in the chat. Diddy was telling Jay-Z to keep the worm food away from my house. And you have to understand, whatever Diddy was telling Jay-Z at this time, Jay-Z did not do none of it. He was just on the phone, scared that Diddy was going to tell on him, trying to make Diddy feel, look, just keep quiet, don't say nothing, da-da-da-da-da. The worm food is the bodies, yo, the dead bodies. Oh, my God. Yo, that's crazy. This is demonic stuff, man. This is demonic.
And make sure you keep the worm food away from my house while I'm gone. It gets messy. Too many insects start digging around. Remember when I cleaned up the worm food around your house? I kept a sample in case you needed.
I don't know what worm food is code for, but Diddy's obviously using this saying that he has blackmail and that he will use it if need be in a threatening manner, which happens to be what the DA shared as proof during the bail hearing that Cassie presented text messages showing that Diddy threatened to release freak-off tapes of her if she didn't do what he asked.
I kept a sample in case you needed. Listen, don't push your limits, huh? I ain't the one to play with. You in there and I'm out here. Oh, and don't have another Kit Kat. It's bad for you. She made me gain weight. And get 44 on board again. Make him pull some strings again or else.
Wow, make him pull some strings again or else. He told Jay-Z to make somebody pull some type of strings or else. Guys, this is not a coinky dink that Diddy done got taken down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got away from him. Everybody kept saying Jay-Z was going to be next. And then look what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And 50 Cent is saying, yo, they went on a run. I don't know what country or wherever they went to and flew out to, trying to get away before that documentary come out. Because you see what that documentary did to R. Kelly, Pure Survival. R. Kelly was still running around going to McDonald's, getting Happy Meals and McFlurries for young girls. You know what I'm saying? Up until that docu-series came out. So Jay-Z and Beyonce trying to be gone before that docu come out. Because that's when people start going to jail, after the docu come out. Smash that like, but guys, we got 1,100 people. Everybody double tap that screen. We need 500 likes in here immediately. We are surviving Jay-Z and Beyonce going on the run. She's supposed to be divorcing this man, but I feel like Jay-Z, like, look, I got too much on you. If you try to divorce me, bitch, and think I'm going down by myself, Pure Survival, we're going down together. So you know Jay-Z got stuff on Beyonce. So yeah, you divorcing me? Oh, I'm going to turn over everything. I'm snitching on you.
For sure, limits, I ain't the one to play with. You in there, and I'm out here. Oh, and don't have another Kit Kat. It's bad for you. She made me gain weight. And get phone on board again. Make me pull some strings again, or else.
Diddy keeps pushing forward, and he said something in the code word saying that Kit Kat, she made him gain weight. So Kit Kat is definitely a word for a person, and it's a woman, obviously, because he called her a she. He also mentions the number 44 to pull some strings, and that makes sense if you think Barack Obama was the 44th president. And you know, Suge Knight actually made a comment that him and Diddy had deals before to get his friends out of prison.
Yeah, he got powerful people. One of his partners who started his company with money, President Obama, got him out of prison.
Wow. So Suge Knight was saying that Diddy had ties with Barack Obama, and Barack Obama helped Diddy get one of his friends out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how true that is, but all of these people in power are connected to each other. Like Donald Trump's clip on toupee, everybody that they send in them files, they are well connected and rich people that been messing around with that Epstein dude and know what was going on. And it's all starting to come out.
It's not like he don't have no moves.
Diddy's just been too confident, even from prison, and that's what the DA's been saying through their paperwork. He continues to break the rules consistently to his advantage, not worrying about what anybody will say, because he believes he's above the law and the rules don't apply to him.
First of all, Puff, you need to watch your mouth. You know who you're talking to? Second of all, this that got you in the first place. You always think that you're bigger than what you really are. You need to stop trying to bite the hand that feeds you, and you wouldn't be in this position.
Whoa, Jay-Z just told Diddy you need to stop trying to bite the hand that feeds you, and you wouldn't be in this position. So Jay-Z, who hand did you bite that was feeding you? Because it's somebody that's higher up that's taking Jay-Z down right now, Pure Survival. He had a nerve to be telling Diddy, which was true, because when Diddy sued the Ciroc company, that's where I feel like Jay-Z meant by, you need to watch your mouth, because you in this situation, because you bit the hand that fed you, Pure Survival. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z must have bit somebody's hand. He must have bit somebody's hand, somebody's wiener, something. Smash that like button.
Above the law, and the rules don't apply to him.
First of all, Puff, you need to watch your mouth. You know who you're talking to? Second of all, this that got you in the first place. You always think that you're bigger than what you really are. You need to stop trying to bite the hand that feeds you, and you wouldn't be in this position. And you don't got what you think you got.
See, this made me think of before any of this started, which was what rumors say began Diddy's downfall, and that's when he decided to sue Diageo, one of the biggest liquor brands in the world, who owns Ciroc and De Leon, and paid him a yearly salary to promote their products. But Diddy wanted ownership, and as soon as he opened a lawsuit against them, all these problems started to mount on him. I think Diddy just thought and still thinks he has so much power because he has so many big name people on cameras doing things at his parties, but so did Jeffrey Epstein. He had many huge names taking plane rides to his island.
Yes. See that? So did Jeffrey Epstein. And look at Donald and Donald's clipboard toupee. Wow. They look like they was having a goddamn ball. Donald, you need to get honest, sir. Donald just said it the other day. When are you guys gonna get over this? I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Epstein files. I never hung out with him. I never got buck ass naked. I never backed it up on him. You guys need to get a life. See, this is why you guys don't get no views. This is why you get low ratings. Because you guys want to keep talking about me and Epstein. I ain't never been over there. I didn't do anything. I'm telling you right now, Jimmy Kimmel, you suck. All of you guys. And I'm telling you, you suck wiener. You suck wiener like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Don Lemon. Yeah, you guys suck wiener like Don Lemon. Donald don't want to hear this shit no more. But it's too many people that was on this damn island that was powerful. That's why they said we got to unalive this man. Listen, did y'all hear Epstein talking the other day on a video on Vlad TV's interview? I listened to him. This is the first time I ever heard this man talk. Pure survival. I've always heard about Epstein and how sick the man was, but I never heard him talk. All he talked about was big money. I'm talking about big money. And he said one thing that offended me. Because he was talking about he didn't like the fact that Bill Clinton, I think it was Bill Clinton, allowed people to own houses, like a regular American people. He said that a regular American people shouldn't be allowed to own houses. It doesn't make the richer get richer or something like that. Like something about he didn't want them. Regular American people shouldn't be able to qualify to be able to own a home, to be a homeowner. They poor, let them stay poor. Let them be renters all their life. I literally heard this man talking like that in the interview. I was like, oh, I'm glad they unalived you, Pills on Bible. Just off of that, it let me know that he was super selfish and was all about the richer, and the sicker. The people down, leave them down. I'm not gonna lie, the man was smart as hell. When I listened to him, I said, damn, he's a fucking genius far as staying rich and leaving the people poor and putting this all in their heads because they all was the same way. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard him talk. And when I heard him talk, I was like, oh my God. And that part made me not like the man even more. Even more. Not only is you a child motherfucker predator, but you wanted the poor people. You didn't want us to have an opportunity to be a homeowner or feel any of that type of life. No, maybe in the next 20, 100 years, we'll let them people do it. But for right now, I don't like Bill Clinton because him allowing people to become homeowners is fucking up for the rich. Bill. So that's what that man was about, a whole savage. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, everybody in the building. But listening to him talk, I definitely don't think he unalived himself. That man didn't kill himself. Like I was like, he ain't unalive himself. They made sure they got rid of him.
Still thinks he has so much power because he has so many big name people on cameras doing things at his parties. But so did Jeffrey Epstein. He had many huge names taking plane rides to his island where there were also cameras everywhere. Somehow, nobody ever saw those tapes, and he ended up offing himself before his trial started. And the prison cameras just happened to accidentally turn off during the moment that this happened. Then they
and you hear that? And the prison cameras accidentally somehow turned off when Epstein allegedly posted had unalived himself. So the cameras wasn't working. The cameras was working all day long as he walking around with his little freak off predator prison slides on, his sex predator prison slides. All of that got caught on camera, but him unaliving himself wasn't on camera. No, this was a sick demonic secret that was never supposed to come out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody smash that like button if y'all agree with me that Epstein did not unalive himself, that those people above unalived him.
Has so many big name people on cameras doing things at his parties, but so did Jeffrey Epstein. He had many huge names taking plane rides to his island where there were also cameras everywhere. Somehow, nobody ever saw those tapes, and he ended up offing himself before his trial started. And the prison cameras just happened to accidentally turn off during the moment that this happened. Then they came back later. I'll let you do the math on that one.
You don't got what you think you got. Okay, you getting all fired up. I like that, Daddy. It's all love. But if I don't got what I think I got, then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen
Wow. He told Jay-Z, if I don't got no evidence or dirt on y'all, why is Oprah staying quiet? Why is Leonardo DiCaprio left the country? Why did Ellen leave the country? I believe this is definitely Jay-Z and Diddy's conversation that got leaked. And he was bold enough to tell Jay-Z this, pure survival. And Jay-Z threw him under the goddamn bus and thought he was out, thought he was in the clear. But that ain't the case.
That's on that one.
You don't got what you think you got. Okay, you getting all fired up. I like that, Daddy. It's all love. But if I don't got what I think I got, then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen moving to another country? Why Leo been in Fiji for months? When I get this bail though, this case going away. I don't need no phones. I don't need no internet. I'll send a letter on a fucking bird. You already ruined my fucking name. And you know what that means? You going up against somebody who got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Now, Diddy goes off right here on this part of the alleged recording, and I don't know how much truth there is to this. I did read that Ellen left the country, and they're trying to say that she left because of Trump, but she apparently had moved out there months before, so I don't know if this is connected to Diddy. Her relationship with him goes a long way back. Now, there was another phone call. If you guys want me to go back and get it, I'll scroll through Twitter, see if I can find it. Leave me a comment, and we'll go over another of the phone calls. Again, people, just reminding you, everything in this video is just alleged.
That's why I believe everything, every word. All these celebrities running and leaving the country, you know what I'm saying? Because they know what the hell they did. And more victims are grown-ups now. Like I showed y'all the other day. That's why Jay-Z and them don't want that docu-series to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you get the victims to speak today as adults. How they got that girl that R. Kelly peed on. I was talking to y'all about that yesterday. And she said she was the singer Sparkle's cousin, and R. Kelly was grooming her as a kid. All of these people are sick. There she
I
go.
want to hang out in the studio. And at the time, in the beginning, he's treating you like a normal, excited kid that wants to learn more about the business.
Correct.
So when do things turn? And I know you go into great detail, the early stages and why this is so complicated. Your mindset at that time.
Well, during the time that I met him, I also
And I never knew what this girl, this woman now looked like. This is the girl that was 14, 15 that R. Kelly peed on. She's in her 40s now that was on that sex tape. You know what I'm saying? I never knew what she ever looked like before. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of trauma now that she's an adult. She probably was thinking, you know, it was normal then with a grown man. He's a superstar. He making her think, look, you know, I'm gonna give you the world. This is what Epstein. This is what Jay-Z allegedly did. This is what Diddy did for sure. This is what all of them was doing. Smash that like button. But imagine when you get older, knowing that you did this, and then you got kids. They looking like, Mom, that's you that got peed on as a kid. But they'll be more understanding because she was a kid. This is crazy.
Age girl who's going through puberty. And so some of the things that I was thinking or feeling were just normal expressions to, you know, my maturity level at the time. And so it starts very innocent. It starts, you know, being mesmerized and, like you said, like admiring this person. And then, you know, it kind of gets a little deeper and more complicated when that person is able to, you know, see what you can't see, the way you're developing, you know, your conversation, your personality traits. So it kind of became more complicated when he started analyzing me and, you know, the things that I was going through and who I was becoming as a person. And again, I was excited and mesmerized to, you know, be under his wing and to be.
And what little kid wouldn't be if you thinking that this man is going to make your dreams come true? Pure survival. You got grown men back in the day would have met R. Kelly and would have been hyped up. You know what I'm talking about? I just met R. Kelly, just met R. Kelly. Dog, I met R. Kelly. They would have been happy. So she had no idea, and R. Kelly watching her, buying her little motherfucking Barbie dolls and shit. Hey, you want a Hannah Montana? You want a Hannah Montana backpack? Like getting her little toys and shit. You know what I mean? And she has no idea that she's being groomed during survival. Wax dog, wax dog in the building, cracking up. You know what I mean? In agreement, because this is how they groom. Buying them Barbie dolls, getting her McFlurries, Happy Meals from McDonald's. Whole time he's planning to do some sick shit with her. Smash that like button, and she ain't even peep it back then.
The things that I was going through and who I was becoming as a person. And again, I was excited and mesmerized to, be under his wing and to be a part of his habitat. So that's how things kind of unfolded.
So we know that things progressed beyond looking out for you as almost like a goddaughter, and it turns into something more than that. I want to go and stay with your aunt Sparkle, who I've interviewed before.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the first person to really sort of say, you need to go check over there. Something's not right.
Right.
I think there's something going on that should not be going on.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, you describe social services coming to your home to do a welfare check.
Mm-hmm.
And your parents are shocked. They think perhaps maybe she's just jealous because she's no longer associated with R. Kelly. And then obviously 2001, 2002, we're talking about the tape. But why don't you think anyone believed your Aunt Sparkle when she first raised a red flag about a possible inappropriate relationship?
And the crazy part about this is, if you look at how sick these groomers are, they knew what happened, what was happening. They looked the other way for that bread. Facts, wax. That's what they all do. Like them families be literally selling these kids. Like, and then the wild thing is, R. Kelly told her that he was like her godfather. Like she thinking like I'm the god. You the godfather. And I'm not even going front, you know what I mean? Especially like where I came from, you know what I mean? Where I come from, you had a lot of young girls that was fast, like super fast. Pure survival. I'm gonna keep it real. Little nasty, little fresh, little mamas that's out there and knew what they were doing. But I still look at the adult men. So if this little girl, the nasty little young little freak, you leave her there in her own world. That's, you the adult person. So it doesn't matter if they is, because that's how you got 15-year-olds, 14-year-old girls getting pregnant, because they're hot in the ass and fast. But when you're the adult, that's where the problem at. Pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? And R. Kelly groomed her and told her he was the freak off godfather.
But why don't you think anyone believed your Aunt Sparkle when she first raised a red flag about a possible inappropriate relationship?
I don't think they believed her because there were no obvious signs of what was actually taking place. It was more coming from her end, maybe looking like a motive from, like you said, not being around him. And those kind of questions or concerns didn't happen until she was no longer a part of, his camp or the things that were taking place, her as an artist. That's when those questions started to raise.
Chapter 7, you call it stress fractures. And you say it was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across.
Wow. Copies of the sex tape of the 14-year-old me. She was 14. R. Kelly told her, hey, they got the sex tape with you, with me urinating all on you and shit and doing all these sick things. And I had the peasy head. I remember seeing the sex tape. Like she said, it was on the streets and everything. Cause it was. I know it came down my way in my neighborhood. The motherfucking R. Kelly tapes was out there. And you seen the tape. He was sitting up there against the thing. His head was peasy. His head was peasy. Motherfuckers was trying to say, that ain't the R. Kelly. I'm looking at with the peasy head and all. I said, no, that's R. Kelly. I know what his face looked like. They didn't have AI back then. No, I don't care if his head peasy. That is R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Because we was used to R. Kelly with the bald head, with the Aaron Hall, don't be afraid, baby. With the bald head, don't be afraid, bald head. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly had the peasy head at this time. She was 14 years old. That is crazy. Smash that like button, guys. We got 1,500 people. You know what I'm saying? Like we need 1,000 likes in the building. I salute to all of y'all. You dig me? We want to get this video out there.
Birthday, you say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country. Your reaction to that when you think about hearing those words from R. Kelly, that this tape is out there and you were 14 years old?
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was very confused. Didn't know what to expect. And I was embarrassed.
I want to read part of that in terms of.
And you got to be crazy, guys. Like, you got to be crazy. Don't look at her now and think of this. But 14 years old, like even while R. Kelly got all the time he got, they were for the older females. She was paid off. Her parents took the money years ago for her not to do this. You know what I'm saying? But this what makes me not feel bad for Robert. This is what makes me really not feel bad. At first, I was like, damn, they gave him too much time. These girls, 21, 22, said he locked her in the room and made them eat Lunchables and wouldn't let them out. I'm like, they grown-ass women. But when you get the reminder that this girl was 14 years old, I don't give a damn if them other girls was adults after that. Robert, how are you attracted? I don't get it. A 14-year-old. 14? This is crazy.
And I was embarrassed.
I want to read part of that in terms of just sort of what you were feeling at that time. Because at some point, the remedy for this, according to, you know, you refer to him as Robert in the book, is that he wants to tell your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, Robert told me how he would tell my parents the truth about us. My mom and I were in one room, and my dad and Robert were in another. You go on to say some other things, but eventually you get to this part. After a while, Dad came storming out of the room, crying hysterically and cursing, saying to R. Kelly, you're sick. I can't rock with you. I can't help you. You need to get help. He yelled.
Whoa, so her parents, R. Kelly told her parents, like, look, I bombed out on your daughter, and there's a tape out there. I didn't know that, guys, because I really never actually watched this interview. I'm actually watching this literally with y'all. So the dad stormed out the room crying, saying, Robert, you're sick, you're sick. Dude, I would have went straight to jail right then and there. Pure survival. Like, I'm going to jail. I'm checking in, like, automatically. We banging out right now. And I'm going to feel good. This is a good reason to go to jail. Pure survival. Now, I don't prove nobody going to jail. But you did my daughter dirty like this on camera, nigga, I'm going to try to kill you right on the spot. And wouldn't care about having to go to jail at that time. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know they was just going for the money. You sitting there, you the dad, you crying, you sick, man. Nigga, all that, there ain't no crying right now. It's up and it's stuck. I'm sorry. And the comedic person is gone. I'm not, you out your mind. Smash that like button, guys. Like, if y'all would have bombed out on R. Kelly right then and there, ain't no crying. Come on, man.
My mom and I were in one room, and my dad and Robert were in another. You go on to say some other things, but eventually you get to this part. After a while, Dad came storming out of the room, crying hysterically and cursing, saying to R. Kelly, you're sick. I can't rock with you. I can't help you. You need to get help. He yelled at Robert, who followed us into the elevator and was on his knees crying. Man, I'm sorry. I just love her. So
R. Kelly on the ground, man, I'm sorry. I just love her. God, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'd have fucked around and got a life sentence right there. Like, I mean, as soon as I heard it, it wouldn't have been. You wouldn't have made it to the elevator, you know. But anyway, R. Kelly on his knees crying to her dad.
The turning point from innocent goddaughter running around just trying to learn the music industry to something more like you're trying to make sense of why he's calling you and saying, you know, what are you wearing, this type of thing, to now you're confronted with something that's out there and he's saying the solution is just tell them. I know it looks crazy, but I believe you're my angel, as you refer to in the book. And your dad initially is upset. He's crying. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. Why wasn't that the moment when you look back where you were not allowed to see R. Kelly anymore, be around him?
Yes, why wasn't that the moment, right? You want to know why that wasn't the moment? When she would, because the parents took the money over giving a damn. Your dad cried for a little second, pure survival. Robert said, look, Dad, I'll give you $500,000. I'll put 500,000 in your damn bank account right now. You know what I'm saying? If you forgive me, I love your daughter. And let us continue to still be together. That's crazy. It would have been fuck your money. Yo, okay, but that's just him. Smash that like button. Everybody in the building. We need 300 more likes. Double tap that screen. This is wild.
Why wasn't that the moment when you look back where you were not allowed to see R. Kelly anymore, be around him? Take us to why it was so complicated for you and your family and what you said to your parents.
It was very complicated. My dad wanted to make the right decision, and he was not okay with anything that took place. I was more under Robert's brainwash. I was more under his spell, and he utilized me against my parents, making threats of suicide and doing different things out of desperation to convince them to not turn on him. And because I had been groomed for so long to carry out this mission and also not want that girl on the videotape to be myself, I thought in my little mind that maybe that was the best approach. We felt more protected and had more resources and help through him than taking matters into our own hands with this celebrity and the industry and not wanting to be the people to end R. Kelly and deal with hatred and many.
So they took the money. You know what I'm saying? Like she's saying, my parents was more, I was under R. Kelly's spell. Like I said, she was a kid. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But them being adults, they're like, well, R. Kelly the one with the money. He got the bag. And this is back when R. Kelly was super rich, pure survival. You know what I mean? So instead of taking down R. Kelly and ruining his career, which should have been done, my parents took the money because of me. I'd have looked at you, little girl. You're still a little girl. Take your motherfucking ass in the room, pure survival, and go. Matter of fact, go get that shovel, cause we got to put this man in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? That smash that like button, guys. They took the money at that time. I'm not blaming her. Them parents, come on, man. I'm not trying to hear it. Like they felt bad for a second, but then I feel like they felt like, damn, we hit the jackpot. R. Kelly done smashed our daughter. We are rich. That's how they felt. For real, for real. Dad probably was fake crying and everything.
Than taking matters into our own hands with this celebrity and the industry and not wanting to be the people to end R. Kelly and deal with hatred and many things. So, I mean, I'm not here to sugarcoat any shortcomings of my parents or myself, but at the time, that's what made us feel the safest.
See that? I'm not here to sugarcoat any shortcomings or anything with my parents, but R. Kelly was the safest. So the parents took the money over, you know what I mean, over her. Smash that like button, guys. We need 300 more likes, and we in the building. That's what the parents did, you know, and she don't want to throw them under the bus, but it's plain and simple.
Our own hands with this celebrity and the industry and not wanting to be the people to end R. Kelly and deal with hatred and many things. So, I mean, I'm not here to sugarcoat any shortcomings of my parents or myself, but at the time, that's what made us feel the safest.
You felt as though R. Kelly was holding all of the cards, had all of the power.
He did.
How did you make peace with your parents later? Because that's also something, I mean, even at the beginning of this interview, speaking of dedicating the book to him, and my condolences, because I know he passed away in 2021, but how were you able at this age to make peace with everything that's happened and your parents' involvement?
When you become a parent, you have a different way of thinking. But I also look at the other women and the other survivors and the other, people who, he dealt with, who lost total communication with their parents and their families and literally lived everything that he made them think or everything that they made him feel.
Yeah.
So in a sense of why it might be presented to look a certain way, my parents actually saved me. They're the reason why.
No, see, then that's what she's saying right now. My personal opinion, I don't feel like her parents saved her. I feel like they saved their self at that time when they found out. Now, if she's speaking down later on down the road, they saved they self financially. It's like literally sacrificing you for money that they wanted. You know what I mean? Like, but I get it. That's why she said now she's older. Ask yourself, if your 14-year-old daughter come up to you and say, look, this man, he's a superstar, megastar, and I got a sex tape with him, and he's so sorry for doing this with me and then peeing on me, doing all these nasty, crazy things to me on this camera. Like, how would you feel? Is you going to take the money and be quiet? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the sacrifice. They sacrificed you for money, in my opinion.
I'm sitting here today because if it had not been for them, if I lost complete communication with them and I was literally living his dreams, his vision, his way of thinking, I don't know where I would be. Mentally, physically, or emotionally.
When the trial started and the questions from federal investigators are coming, when you look back again, so much of this is people being able to try and understand it through your lens. You're living it. You're the only one with this story. Why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
See that? And that's a great, great question. She said, why not tell the truth all the way back in 2002 when there was a trial? I don't blame her. She was what, probably 17, 16 at the time. The truth didn't come out because the parents took the money back then. Shout out to everybody in the building and smash that like button. Salute to all of y'all. Double tap that screen. The reason why it didn't come out back then because they took the money, like point blank. Period. The parents. I don't blame her for that.
With this story, why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets, not telling the truth. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I was age 13, I started believing the lies that I was telling. It was very foggy and unclear on what I really felt versus what was right or what was wrong.
Oh, wow. So he was grooming her at 13. That makes sense. The sex tape was when she was 14. So he was already planting freak off seeds in this girl's mind. She damn near a baby. Like, you just climbed out of Regina 13 years before that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, R. Kelly probably used to be. I mean, I ain't even gonna just say R. Kelly. All of these sick people, Epstein and them, they probably go to the hospital when females are giving birth and look at the babies as they coming out. Oh yeah, they want the baby. As soon as the baby legs start climbing out the pussy, pearl survival. This shit is sad, guys. Smash that like button, everybody, man. We got to get 300 likes in the building, man. I'm going to sit here and wait for y'all because this is horrific and we got enough people in here and YouTube got to push this video out there. This is crazy, man. All these people need to be brought to justice. All of them. Oprah, you too. You was hugged up with Weinstein, kissing Weinstein all on his freak off cheeks, knowing he did all of these things. Where's Stedman? How come we ain't seen Stedman in all this time? Pure survival. I think Stedman probably was sex trafficked. They probably sent Stedman. Stedman probably somewhere getting his back blown out. You know what I mean? And one of them goddamn countries somewhere. Stedman probably somewhere being held hostage and getting ran down on. And getting ran down on and was sex trafficked by Oprah and motherfucking Gail. While Gail King got on the Jada Pinkett, Miss Alopecia Timberland boots. Yeah, Gail, I know y'all know about these Miss Alopecia Timberland boots. Spell the Bible. These are the boots and the fitted ball cap and the dildo where y'all was blowing goddamn Stedman's back out before y'all S-trafficked that man. And like people don't want to know where Stedman's at. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I told him to smash that like button. Thank you so much, everybody, man. But this shit is just sad.
Telling the truth. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I was age 13, I started believing the lies that I was telling. It was very foggy and unclear on what I really felt versus what was right or what was wrong. And even in moments where I despised Robert, I still lied for him.
When I look back at that trial, even this idea that people who were not part of the jury were able to see some of that video. Mm-hmm. And the jokes that came from the video, because we're talking about seeing a person at the time, not knowing who it is, mm-hmm. for sure, being urinated on and talked about. Do you look at...
And that's the same kind of shit that Diddy was doing with Cassie. But Cassie was grown. But he liked it to enjoy to watch other men pee all in her eyelashes and shit. That shit crazy. These Hollywood people, it's crazy. Sosa Nate is in the building. Just hit that super chat. Pure survival. Research Oprah South African Girls School. I heard about that. That those young girls was allegedly being trafficked and all types of stuff with Oprah with that school. And then they swept that under the rug. How does all of these things keep getting swept under the rug? Because they got so much money that when all of these horrible things that they done, they was able to hide this shit, man. But this shit needs to come out. It needs to come all the way out. And I'm glad a lot of it's coming out. That's why I believe the man, like with Diddy trial, when he said that the TD Jakes brother, when TD Jakes brother said that Diddy had all these celebrities on these freak off tapes, and he showed them tapes to a grand jury, how come them tapes never came out? I still believe them tapes exist. He said he saw these freak off tapes with these celebrities. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all still think that it's freak off tapes with celebrities. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't believe that no more. I believe them tapes still exist. But somehow I think they paid this man off. I have not seen TD Jake's brother out yet. You know what I mean? Ever since he's supposed to talk to a grand jury and about them freak off tapes, where happened to him? He completely disappeared. This shit is wild.
And he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males 2 were females. The drive
6 was males and 2 was females. Tell me who them 8 celebrities y'all think was on that freak off on them freak off tapes. With the minors. Sosa they just hit that super chat again. Pure Survival said FBI took them tapes when they raided his mansion. Agreed. Agreed. And this man seen the tapes. He was supposed to testify. He in front of a grand jury. Look, LeBron James, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Denzel, Bieber. You know what I mean? This shit is wild. It's wild.
8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females. The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake.
And Diddy made sure that Kim Porter didn't come out.
The grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, who's his attorney, beginning with the question of whether the participants in the video even knew they were being recorded.
And they said that the people didn't even know they were being recorded, like the young little celebrity stars. And I definitely believe that one of the young ones was Justin Bieber.
Were there any cameras in places where you'd assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Well, I've never been in this house, but the picture, yes. That's what took place, yes.
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like bathrooms.
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how it was the person.
And you know they got to be sick. They had freak off cameras inside the bathrooms. You couldn't even take a doodle in peace. You know Epstein, if Diddy had cameras in his bathroom, Epstein definitely had cameras all in the Epstein Island, in the bathrooms. That's how they measured the shit. Look how the doodle coming out of his butthole. Look at the doodle coming out. Oh, that's a good hole to go through. Like, what the hell is you looking at me doodle for? That's crazy. Sosa they hit that super chat again, Pure the Bible. Diddy told his son to get rid of the pizza box. Yes, AKA the tapes. It was on a jail call. Yes, I heard that, Sosa Nate. That little King Kong motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hid the goddamn tapes. They had cameras in the bathrooms. How sick is that? Smash that like button, guys. We need 200 more likes. Tapes, cameras in the bathroom?
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like bathrooms.
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how it was the person's angle. I knew that it was a camera there because I was there. You know, I wasn't there. I don't know if the person was too tall, he was holding it or whatever, but I wasn't there.
May I ask you this, Courtney, and Ariel, you can jump in on this as well, but I want to hear from Courtney first. Your home was raided by federal authorities, and I assume it is because of this material. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that. They just went to every one of them looking for me. They said,
yes, the feds came for this milk chocolate bowling ball head, TD Jakes looking motherfucker, Pearls of Bible. When they found out that he had them tapes, they considered, the feds considered it as child pornography. Child pornography. Even though he wasn't on the freak off tapes, just from you having them. You know what I'm saying? This shit was no joke, man. And the fact that this shit got swept under the rug is crazy.
That, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury.
Wow. And he testified in front of a grand jury. How did this shit get swept under the rug? If you testify in front of a grand jury and then it never comes out, that's just like how they kept holding up these Epstein files. They said there's a whole bunch of stuff redacted in the Epstein files. things that they scribble out of it. That's how horrible the things that was taking place at that island. They scribbled things out, and other big name people out of them files. That is crazy, man. Like, and that's Jay-Z and Beyonce trying to go on a run right now. It is too late. 50 Cent is still gonna put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appear
they
to be.
were right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be
me rephrase
right,
it.
based on yes.
Understood. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Wow. So all of these minors having sex with these grown adult celebrities. Yes, y'all gotta let me know who y'all think they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it, man. Look, I'm sorry, Jay-Z. I think you might be one of them. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, Justin Bieber for sure. I'm sorry. I definitely believe that. Because I think they said 2 of them or 3 of them was minors. Smash that like button, guys. Double tap that screen. You know what I mean? We got 800 likes in the building. We only need 200 more likes. You know what I'm saying? That's wow.
Or potentially underage.
Oh, yeah, hold on. It was only 2 males underage. So what y'all say? Justin Bieber and it couldn't have been Usher because Usher was older. He was an adult by then. So I think Justin Bieber and maybe Orlando Brown. Justin Bieber, Orlando Brown. It's wild.
6 men and 2 women. How many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appear
they
to be.
were right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be
me rephrase
right,
it.
based on yes.
Understood. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all. To be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah.
meaning this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3. Possibly.
Oh, wow. So it's 2 to 3 minors on the freak off tapes with these grown adults, drunk, high, and tore up. So who do y'all think was the 3 minors? I'm going with Justin Bieber at the top one. I'm sorry, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But the other 2, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's a tough one because it's a whole lot of these young child stars that didn't even come out yet. You know what I'm saying? Look, somebody said Drake. I heard he was with the Freaky Diggy. You know what I'm saying? And you got to remember, these people were young at the time. You know, like, and just coming in the game, like, and felt like, damn, if I do this and I do that and I get my back blown out or allow my back to be blown out, it's gonna make me go to a high. Oh, Jaden. How the hell I ain't think about Jaden Smith. Wow. Yes, Jaden, tell the creator, that's my boyfriend. Yeah, there he goes right there, that's my boyfriend. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but Jaden Smith, that's a good one. Goddamn, Judge Mathis, they got Justin Bieber, Kendrick Lamar said he a mess with minors. Househead, Jaden, Godman Seeker, Jay and the Super K. Y'all crazy. Raven, Will brought his son. I believe that. I believe that. Bashir Gray, wow, that's another good one. That's another good one. I almost forgot about him because y'all know Bo Lau, Will Smith best friend, Pierce Bible. You see what Bo Lau been going through. They try to keep him quiet. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bo Lau, man. Like that's another person speaking out. Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these, if you see how crazy they turned out, like when they started doing all them drugs and stuff, like how Terrence Howard said it, once you lose your man card, you ain't never gonna be the same. That's how he was saying it. You know what I mean? But Jay-Z is not gonna be able to stop this 50 Cent documentary. Because the things 50 is saying is explosive. Smash that like button, guys. We need 100 more likes. You guys are doing it. We almost got 1,000 likes.
All a part of this Epstein file. Uncle Luke had Jay-Z on the couch and he had the girls off there freaking off.
And y'all remember this?
While he was watching.
This is Diddy's ex-bodyguard. This is one of my favorites. Big motherfucker Gene. I always mess around with Big Gene, but I got nothing but love for Big Gene and Big Gene's kneecaps. This is Diddy's ex-bodyguard. And I had literally a series called Surviving Gene Deal's Kneecaps. And the only reason why I started the series, because Stevie J was mad at Gene Deal one day and said that Gene Deal had bad knees. And after that, I started to survive Gene Deal's kneecaps. But me and Gene Deal's clip-on kneecaps are cool now. But he's been calling Beyonce out and calling Jay-Z out. Remember, he said Beyonce's breath stink. And you know what I'm saying? And he was talking about Jay-Z with underage girls. Listen what he say about Jay-Z and the Epstein files.
It's all a part of this Epstein file. Uncle Luke had Jay-Z on the couch and he had the girls off there freaking off while he was watching and everything. Jay couldn't take his eye off the girls, man.
Say it again, Gene Deal.
It's all a part of this Epstein file. Uncle Luke had Jay-Z on the couch and he had the girls off there freaking off while he was watching and everything. Jay couldn't take his eye off the girls, man.
What do you think about that?
Epstein was a CIA Mossad asset that was recruited and was doing a blackmail operation.
Do you think if she could have the choice between getting what did she get, $50 billion, or not getting the syphilis?
We have some shocking news to report, folks. The latest drop of the Epstein files has left everyone stunned, with Jay-Z being one of the major names mentioned in these files. There have long been a lot of rumors surrounding Jay-Z and his handling of minors. But now with these horrifying new revelations, it seems the FBI is finally on his trail.
Posted the article on his page and wrote the caption, "I know I'm late on this, but this is kind of crazy."
And that's what 50 Cent wrote right there, guys. Smash that like button for 50 Cent. Soon as it came out, he said, "I know I'm late on this, but this is kind of crazy." What do you do to get in here? What did you do to get in this Epstein file, Jay-Z? 50 Cent made it clear, but 50 been knew. That's why he played it off and said, "What did you do?" Because he knew already. That's why 50 was putting him on a milk carton a long time ago. He was giving y'all hints when Diddy went down.
What do you do to get thrown into that mix? And he posted a picture of Jay-Z and wrote the caption, "Damn, they got my man Jay in the Epstein files. I gotta do a doc on this."
Latest tranche of Epstein files from the Department of Justice contains about 3 million documents, thousands of still photographs, and hundreds of hours of video recording.
After federal investigators reviewed old reports connected to the Epstein case, some anonymous tips resurfaced. These reports were sent to a federal hotline after Epstein's arrest. In one of them, a caller made claims involving Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein.
And look at this. This is another sick predator. This was the man that Oprah Winfrey was kissing on. Oprah Winfrey was kissing on this man. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen interviews with Jay-Z, walking with him, talking with him, damn near holding hands. All of these people are sick, demonic entities. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, guys. We are in the building. We almost there. We need 50 more likes. I know I keep telling y'all that, but as soon as we get to 1,000, I'm not gonna tell y'all no more. You know what I'm saying? But they look pretty happy to me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Jay-Z's guilty. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think he's innocent. Now he's with Weinstein right here, and then Jeffrey Epstein. How is he connected to all of them? And people trying to say, well, I don't think Jay-Z did nothing. Oh no. Jay-Z know what he did last summer. This is why he trying to take his wife up out of here before that divorce happened. You know what I'm saying? And Beyonce ain't going, I think that she gonna fight. I think Jay-Z threatened her. Like I said, personally, you're not gonna divorce me. I'm going to take you down with me regardless. Even if you try to divorce me, I'm going to be able to say, oh, no, my wife was doing it too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not looking good.
Anonymous tips resurfaced. These reports were sent to a federal hotline after Epstein's arrest. In one of them, a caller made claims involving Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein going back to the 1990s. It certainly seems to suggest that Jay-Z and Epstein could have been involved at some point, especially since the victims themselves have claimed there were well-known celebrities on Epstein's Island.
With regard to Epstein and some of the celebrity or well-known powerful people who are involved here.
Of course there is. Absolutely. I'm hardly more afraid of the people we don't know about.
Yeah. The people you don't know about, the people who know that they may be on any kind of list that is.
People who are purposely trying to get that list to stay away or not be on that list. That's who scares me.
Wow, you heard her? She said them people that's trying to purposely get away because they know that they on that list. They on that Epstein thing. That's who scares her. The people that's trying to hide and duck. And Jay-Z, you look like one of them, sir. Smash that like button.
On any kind of list that is.
People who are purposely trying to get that list to stay away or not be on that list. That's who scares me.
Now, these powerful celebrities often ended up silencing their victims with blackmail or money so that their crimes could stay hidden. However, with the latest batch of the Epstein files, the likes of Jay-Z can no longer hide themselves from the public eye.
I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now.
Jaguar.
Wow, and y'all got to give it up for Jaguar Wright. Smash the like button, guys. Like I give props when props is due, no matter what. So if you're watching this, if you're watching this, I'll give you your props. You were saying this shit first. You really, really was. You know what I'm talking about? She was talking to the Epstein victims, the Jay-Z victims, the Beyonce victims, and motherfuckers was trying to say she was crazy. And man, this shit came out to be true. Smash that like button, guys.
Epstein files, the likes of Jay-Z can no longer hide themselves from the public eye.
I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now.
Jaguar Wright, of course, has been speaking louder than ever about this. She claims Jay-Z has avoided scrutiny for years, even though, in her words, many people behind the scenes already knew troubling things. One major revelation in particular was that Jay-Z had actually tracked Rihanna into the country as a minor. And there is proof of Rihanna confirming this herself, saying Jay-Z forced her to sign a contract.
And look, she was backing Jay-Z away. You see how she was pushing his ass away, Pills of Apple? She was like, look, I'm going to get this award by myself. Pills of Apple, shut them goddamn gums, Jay-Z. You know what I mean? He up there trying to get credit for it. Look, you done enough to me already.
Was that Jay-Z had actually tracked Rihanna into the country as a minor. And there is proof of Rihanna confirming this herself, saying Jay-Z forced her to sign a contract.
So nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming. And you had to sing a cappella for him? Yes, I had to sing I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sort of feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it more.
I did a lot more time in this place.
He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Wow, Jay-Z told Rihanna it's 2 ways to go that you can leave out of here. Either through the window or signing this contract. Put a 1 in the chat if that don't sound like a threat. Like if that sound like a threat. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think so. Now there's a movie, a classic movie called I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. And the mom from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker threw these dudes down the damn stairs. She said you can either go out the window or you could go down. Yeah. So Jay-Z told Rihanna, look, you gonna sign this contract. Or we pretty much I take that as a threat. Look at Vanilla Ice. He got hung from a balcony, pure survival. And she was young, coming from another country. You know what I'm talking about? And it turned her out. Rihanna has got turned out. I believe she had to go through the door, and she's seen a lot of Illuminati stuff and was a part of it, but she was groomed into it. You know what I'm saying? And you see how kind and nice and innocent Rihanna look right there, pure survival. Now Rihanna just be doing all kinds of hood shit. She's a complete Illuminati gangster. She be loud at concerts. You see her crash out at Mariah Carey's concert, Pure Survival. She didn't give a damn who was in the audience. She was all jumping up and down, loud as a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? She went from liking, like I said, she was super nice. She liked the nice, kind, nerdy kind of guy. And then she started liking rude boys. Soon as she got with Jay-Z, come here, rude boy, can you give it up? Come here, rude boy, can you make enough? Take it, love me. The girl was turned out to wanting rude boys. This is wild, guys. Smash that like button.
I did a lot more time in this place. He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Jaguar claims she was present around the time Rihanna was signed and says many people were talking about how young she was. She alleges Rihanna spent long periods around powerful adults without family supervision. Over time, Rihanna's team changed, and she was kept under close control as her career grew.
And she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed.
Wow. This is wild, guys. Smash that like button. Yes, baby. It is crazy. It is crazy. We need 50 more likes, and we got our 1,000 in the building. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. And think about it. Rihanna is a billionaire now. So it seems to me, right, after they get you and you turn into one of the freak-off vampires and you start sleeping upside down and shit like that and glowing in the dark, because I told you a lot of them glow in the dark. Like if you turn the lights off, Jay-Z glows in the dark, pure survival. Beyonce glows in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them, those vampires, they don't really like to be in the sun like that, but they have something to protect them. Maybe the baby oil keeps the sun from, you know what I mean, revealing them being vampires. They have different things to protect them from the sunlight and stuff. But this is crazy, man. This is super wild, super wild.
Without family supervision. Over time, Rihanna's team changed, and she was kept under close control as her career grew.
And she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed. Everyone was talking about it. And the 6 hours that she spent with him and the 4 hours that she spent alone with him with no parental supervision. Her father didn't show up to the next day to come and collect the check.
Well, and
This is in her life.
the rumors were even beyond that, right? That Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce with her when she was 17 is what a lot of this came out through a publicist who later then
Have you spoken to my friend John?
And I remember I heard that Jay-Z was with Rihanna. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard that Jay-Z was with Rihanna. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all never heard that. I heard that shit years ago. And it seemed like Jay-Z get them when they fresh, like the fresh fruit right off the motherfucking tree, pure the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And once you become one of them, then they like, look, you could be a billionaire now. That's how is Rihanna the only one that became a billionaire? Motherfucking, what's her name? Mary J. Blige is not even a billionaire. Pure survival. She was in the game years and 1,000 years before Rihanna came. You got to really, really think about that. Why ain't she a billionaire? Why ain't Mariah Carey a billionaire? Pure survival. Mariah Carey? Now she's rich. Don't get me wrong. But that Illuminati status, that billionaire Illuminati status, that's another motherfucker level. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So Rihanna knows, and she done been through the damn freak off ringer. We need 15 more likes, and we got 1,000. See, y'all is awesome, guys. Like, you guys are so incredible. You guys, pat yourself on the back, guys. Make sure you still got a back, that your back is not blown out. Pure survival. Everybody that's watching me, pat yourself on the back. Make sure your back is still there. That you didn't go to sleep last night and one of these freak off vampires flew through your window, because you know they can fly too. They can fly. I didn't just tell y'all they just sleep upside down. Diddy can fly. Jay-Z can fly. You know what I mean? So they can fly through your motherfucking window late at night like a goddamn bat and then blow your motherfucking back out, and you wake up and you like, damn, what the fuck? It's just all head and shoulders, no back. It's all head and shoulders. You know what I'm saying? These freak off vampires exist. Yes, we done hit 1,000 likes. Y'all are all that in the bag of freak off chips. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z and Beyonce is on the run, guys, according to 50 Cent. And 50 saying they are running because they are afraid of him putting out this documentary, and he's still going to put out the documentary. And if you go on 50 Cent's Instagram right now, you'll see a picture of Jay-Z with the predator face, without the mask. So, and you know what the predator means. How to Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? And you hear it out of 50 Cent's mouth.
And I have given all the proofs of who is involved with Diddy. I have presented the videotape of Diddy's parties as evidence. Now no one can save Diddy and the other celebs. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them were Diddy's handlers. After watching the rest of the documentary, you'll understand everything. I advise Beyonce to divorce Jay-Z as soon as possible because I'm ready to shoot a documentary about Jay-Z, and I guarantee it will outgross Diddy's documentary. If Beyonce sends me a legal letter on behalf of Jay-Z, I remind her to stay quiet. This is a dispute between men, and she has no right to interfere. I have to let everyone see the true face of Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Diddy have been longtime friends, and the business dealings never stopped. He frequently attends Diddy's parties, so why do people think he's innocent? Jay-Z and Diddy got involved in the same case in 2024, where a victim claimed she was assaulted by both Jay-Z and Diddy. I remember Jay-Z saying these were all rumors and that he was defending Diddy. But ironically, Diddy got arrested in 2025. And there's enough evidence to count his crimes on one hand. I've known him for 20 years, and I know how many bad things they've done behind the scenes. After Jay-Z founded his company, he repeatedly got into copyright disputes. In 1999, he was convicted of third-degree assault and served time in prison. He was unfaithful to Beyonce, and he was caught by Beyonce's sister. I think everyone has seen the footage of him getting beaten up in the elevator. I've already gathered the evidence, and I'm going to give Jay-Z a surprise. The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like to us, that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand.
It's too late, Jay-Z. You can run, sir, but you can't hide. You got the wrong person on your freak off dreads. You got 50 Cent. I can't wait. Put a one in the chat if y'all can't wait to see this Jay-Z's docu-series. Put a two in the chat if y'all could wait. I can't wait. Because you got to remember, King Combs, Diddy Glover's little long Tootsie Roll neck freak off twin, King Combs, him and the little curly hair motherfucker that don't look like Diddy, they got a documentary coming out too with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And I think the holdup with that docu-series is allegedly Diddy's legal team wanted to sue his own kids. Like he didn't want that documentary coming out. So people thought that King Combs and them was just going to be talking good about Diddy. But I don't know. Like I think for some reason Diddy don't want that to come out. But I think they're going to do it anyway. But you got the King Combs documentary, you got the Jay-Z docu-series. Guys, it is heating up. Do y'all realize how much crazy shit that's happening this year? Like I thought Cat Williams that year was gonna be like the year of the, you know what I'm saying? Man, listen, guys, if you guys aren't up to date, man, make sure y'all go to www.puresurvivalmerch.com and get your merch today, man. It's a lot of great merch up there, man, for all the survivors. You know what I mean? Like, and all the people that's really against these sick individuals in Hollywood. Y'all kept us quiet and kept us, well, in the dark for years, since the 90s. People we looked up to that we thought was heroes. That's why I'm not gonna lie, I'm team 50 Cent. No Diddy, but I'm team 50 Cent. I'm super biased when it comes to 50 Cent because 50 Cent throughout his whole career never tried to be friends with these dudes, never tried to be in nobody's motherfucker white parties, billionaire, freak off brunches. He never was with none of that. So that's why if they try to come out, oh, 50's on the damn, what you going, I won't even pay it no mind. Because I know that they will be saying that about 50 just for a distraction. Just for a distraction, try to distract you from the real fucking demons. No, 50 been calling motherfuckers out since he came in the game. He got a song called How to Rob the Industry. That's what made him get blown up, and get shot at the same time because he was vocal and didn't care what the fuck he said out his mouth and didn't care who he called out. So no, he kept the same energy. That's the difference. 50's super rich, but he's still the same nigga. He like to play on the internet. He still like to laugh and joke. Why Jay-Z and them had to be different? Once they got to their height of money, they start feeling like they looking down on us. You know what I'm saying? Looking down on the fans who bought the music to get them there. Oh, I'm too much. I'm better than y'all. I can't stand a I'm better than y'all type of motherfucker. Pure survival. I don't even like people that talk like that around me. That's why, I don't put people down. I don't care about how much money you got. I don't care about none of that. I care about who you are as a person. If you a cool ass motherfucker, I fucks with you. You know what I mean? I may fuck with you. I may fuck with the person that live in the trash can before I fuck with the person with the mansion or the person with the house, with the cars, I don't care about that. I judge people off of them as human beings. When you move by those kind of things, that's because you want those things. So you want to be cool with these people because you want what they have instead of getting that shit yourself. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not kissing nobody's ass or trying to be cool with them because they got shit. I got shit myself. You know what I mean? And I don't want what you have. And I'm not going to have sex with you because of what you have or let you have sex with me because, you know what I mean, of what you feel like I have. If you don't like a person for who they are or just even being yourself, guys, everybody that's in the chat, make sure always be yourself. And if a person don't like it, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's the best thing. That's the type of person I am. So if you ever meet me in person, be who you are. If your breath stink, fuck it. Just talk from a distance to Jamil. I'm still gonna have love for you. Or at least put a Pooh Shiesty mask on. Put a Beyonce Pooh Shiesty mask on if you got Beyonce's breath. I'm still gonna talk to you, laugh and joke. But you just got to put on that Beyonce's Pooh Shiesty mask. If your breath hotter than doodle solid. You know what I'm talking about? But salute to all of y'all. Like I said, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. We're going to stay up to date. You know what I'm saying? Find out what country Beyonce and Jay-Z went to. And I'm not going to think that they just mysteriously went to one of these countries just to go. No, y'all motherfuckers is trying to get up out of here. And 50 Cent is saying this stuff for a reason, not for the season. Pure survival.